This is what we're going to make today. It's a smoke generator, and you could use this on any smoker, but I made it for my Masterbuilt Smoker as an add-on, and there's a lot of videos out there on how to make these things. So I made mine a little bit different. These are, I made these, poured them in the aluminum foundry, and then from a pattern, and then just kind of filed them to fit the barrel here, and then just used a pipe for this right here. So anyway, let's get into the foundry and get these poured, and then we'll get the rest of it done. All right, here's our pattern, and it's a two-part pattern. I can't set this in there and form the first half of the mold because stuff will get stuck under these feet. So I've got to have this to fill those voids. So I'll do this, flip it over, take this off, and then pack the other side. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it, there's some cave-in or some tear-out right in there. Won't matter, that'll be on the inside. So I probably should have put a nice curve on the inside right here, a fillet. That would have fixed it. I don't know why I didn't do that. Same thing on the outside would have helped. But for what I'm doing, it isn't going to matter, so I'm just going to leave it. So here's the top, and in order to get the first half of the mold done, I've got to have a board with a hole in it so that part can sit down in there. If I tried to do it like this, it would pack up under here, and I wouldn't be able to get this pattern out. I've got our cap bolted down here, and I've started clearing out the post that's in the middle of it. Alright, now I've got the bottom piece in here upside down. I'm just going to clean that sprue off. I've got a piece of 1/8 inch plate, and I'm going to use that to make the part that the chips will sit on to burn. I got to reach down in here with a marker and try to mark this. Alright, maybe this will help me here. There, that'll do it. I'm getting ready to drill the holes in the bottom plate that will allow air in for the chips to burn. Alright, so here's the finished plate, and I've got to get it welded in here, and it's got to be far enough down that I can put this foot on and not interfere with it. So I cut this piece of wood to hold it at the right height while I get it tacked in there. Alright, I got our pipe in here. This is the top, and I've got to drill a hole straight through so that our jet can come in one side and our pipe can come out the other. I got the pipe stuck in our hole there. I'm just going to get it tacked in place. Now to make the jet that goes in there, I've got a piece of 1/4 inch brake line. It's stainless steel, and I threaded the end of it. I feel like I've got to put some kind of a jet on the end of this, and so I'm using a MIG tip, and I just made a little 1/4 inch adapter there. I have a piece of brass to put that on, so then I can, you know, it could be I could just use the end of this pipe. I got to play around with it and see, but this way I have the option as I'm playing around. I can change the size of that hole, and probably something about like that. So I just need to start, I guess, kind of playing with it now. I'm using some barbecue paint. This I don't know how long I've had this stuff, but it goes up to 1300 degrees. And you can find barbecue paint out there. Alright, it's a couple of days later, and I've gotten this painted. This is some high temp red paint that's used for, I believe it's called caliper paint. It's for brake calipers. It's supposed to go up to 900 degrees, so that should take care of what I need there. And then this is barbecue paint right here. I've added a big heavy spring in here. That's supposed to help with the air circulation in there, so we'll see how that does. Now these are just some dry hickory chips. I'm going to load them in there. We're going to try this thing and see how it does. I'm just holding my finger over that spring so I'm not filling it up. Okay, so I've got it pretty full of chips now. Probably most people that use these hook them up to like an aquarium pump, and I may eventually do that, but I don't have one. So I've just got this hooked to my compressor. I've got the pressure set at about 3 or 4 pounds, and I've got a little valve on here so that I can get it really low. And again, I got this MIG tip on here. I'm going to try taking it off and not using it at all to start with, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to use a torch to try to light it. Alright, I think that's got us started. Now I'm going to turn this on. Let's see. A little more air pressure. Alright, so putting that cap on is making it draw from the bottom. It's getting that burning better. Now this has, I don't have that tip on there at all. That's just coming straight out of there, but it is, as you can see, it's pulling the air in. Let me get you over here where you can see a little bit better. It's kind of windy out here right this second. That's my little air compressor kicking up. Let me get this fire going a little better. See, it's starting to build up. Alright, let's see what adding that tip does to it. Just kind of curious. Because that's actually quite a bit of airflow. I don't know that you'd be able to get that from an aquarium pump. Well, that seems to be making quite a bit of difference in the amount of smoke it's putting out. Now, if I don't want that much smoke, but it's nice having this little valve on here because I can quickly change the amount that it's putting out. Slow it down a little bit. You can kind of see how we're running in here. I'm going to have to get this set where it's, I'll probably put a little tack weld on it when I get it right where I want it. But for now, I want to go ahead and fire this thing up. I want it to get pretty hot in case there's any paint that burns off, because I'm probably going to use it this afternoon to smoke some chickens. Okay, so that's probably more like a rate, like what I'm looking at to want to actually put into my Masterbuilt Smoker. And let me just go over the parts here real quick. As you can see, that's how I've got the jet set up. Right there. That spring in the middle. It's not too hot to pick up. And in the bottom, you can see I've got two 5/16 holes drilled just to let enough air in. And then the long pipe to go up into the smoker. Alright, well, I'm real pleased with the way that this is working. This is part of a project on my Masterbuilt Smoker that I'm rebuilding because the electrical panel went out on it. And so I've had to replace the electronics on it with something different. And the temperature's being controlled really well now, and so I don't think it's going to have those really big heat up and cool down cycles, and so I was worried that it might not produce smoke very well. So I made this smoke generator and also put a fan in there to circulate it, kind of like a convection oven. But anyway, I'm working on that project, so look forward to those videos as they come out. And as usual, thank you for watching.